We'd like to welcome you to BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth. We're here at the 11th Annual Minority Business Summit. Marsha, who do we have this time?
Oh, Dr. Randal Pinkett, and we're so excited. As we all may know, that he was on the Trump Entrepreneur Program, and now he is an author, has owned his own business for a long time. But I don't want to talk about him. I want him for you to let him tell you about his new book that he has out and other books that he's already written. He's a major author. He's an international renowned consultant. He's been doing business, BCT. And you've been in business for, I know, over 15 years almost.
That's true.
So why don't you tell us what you've been doing lately in this new book that's coming out?
Well, first, it's good to see you, Marsha.
Thank you.
Good to be in Baltimore.
I know,
as
it's
always.
been years.
It has. Good to be at the Minority Business Summit, which is obviously a very recognized event here in Baltimore. And you know, I've been at the helm of BCT Partners full-time for about 10 years. The company's been around for much longer than that. And as you know, we're management consultants, information technology consultants, headquartered in Newark. But we do a lot of work in D.C. with the federal government. So I'm always back and forth between Baltimore and D.C. and New Jersey, and that's how we cross paths. And just glad to be here at the Business Summit to have an opportunity to re-engage many of the business owners here in Maryland. And I'll have the opportunity at the end of the night to sign my books. I have Campus CEO, The Student Entrepreneur's Guide.
I heard it was fabulous. I have to read it.
Well, I appreciate that. And then my most recent one was No Money Down CEO, which is how to start your dream business with little or no cash. And I was a No Money Down CEO. I started with nothing, and so I wanted to provide a resource to other, what I call broke entrepreneurs, so that they could figure out how to do it themselves.
We never would have known you didn't have any money.
Well.
You did it well.
And then the next one coming out in September, Black Faces in White Places.
Ooh.
That's my next book, yes. Yeah, and that one is about when you're one of the few or the only persons of color in some predominantly white industry, environment, institution, etc., and how do you navigate those institutions and maintain a sense of identity and self. That will be out in September 2010.
You've been really powerful because you've changed the dynamic of how people deal with community technology development. And I'm going to always remember that. And I have cut my teeth at Columbia University working with you and your organization, Bruce. But you know, I think that one of the most powerful things is that I don't think that people still get the need for community technology development and how we need to deploy broadband. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Well, unfortunately, for the 8 years of the Bush administration, the idea of a digital divide or community technology completely disappeared. I mean, you know as well as I do, we had all kinds of corporate support and government support and private foundations, and it all slowly fizzled away. But luckily, the Obama administration is putting broadband and connectivity on the map, on the radar. And it is important that we have this infrastructure in communities because information is power. And nowadays, you can't imagine not having access to all the wealth of information that's available to us. The fact is, there are lots of people who don't, even in 2010. And while the issue has fallen to the wayside, I'm hoping that it becomes back to the front and back to the center, which it's moving in that direction, and it's a good thing because there's still the information has and the have-nots, and you and I know that there's still work to do to close that gap.
But what can our listeners and viewers do to help forge this program in their communities to assist Obama in his new division? Actually, he's created a whole new department and a chief information technology officer. What can we do as citizens?
Well, I think it's very simple. I think you look in your community at where you can volunteer your time. There's always going to be a young person, a senior citizen, an adult, a parent who could benefit from exposure, training, and if you're on the side of the information haves, then find someone in your neighborhood that's on the side of the have-nots and lend a helping hand.
Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. We're looking forward to hearing you speak and getting your book. It's great seeing you again. Thank you.
Marsha, Dr. Randal Pinkett. Keep watching BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth.